Hello everybody, this is Lisa from Pressure Crisp, and today we're going to be making a Japanese milk bread in the Ninja Foodi. Today we're going to be using the 8 quart. You can do this in the 6.5 quart, but you're going to have to use a Pullman pan or something that will stop the rise because it will be too close to the heating element, but it can be done. Check out my other video. I'll put a link right up there so you can click on that to see how you use the Pullman loaf in the 6.5. So let's just jump right in and get started. So to get started with this wonderful, delicious, soft, moist bread recipe. And also I just want to make mention that it is adapted from King Arthur recipe, and I'll put a link in the description for the recipe. So you're going to turn your Ninja Foodi on. We're going to select sear saute. We're going to bring it down to low medium, and we're going to hit start. So this is heating up right now. So what I'm going to do is add 3 tablespoons of water, 3 tablespoons of whole milk, 2 tablespoons of King Arthur bread flour. And all you're going to do, you're just going to whisk this. You don't want any lumps, and this is going to form a paste. So the Tangzong, it makes for a more moist bread. It also lasts longer, because I made this last week, and no lie, the bread stayed fresh for about 1 week. It was light, nice and airy. It was a wonderful bread for sandwiches, toast, French toast, because it was nice and soft. Oh yeah, this is thickening right up. Now you want to be ready to pull this right out of here. This cooked up in less than 3 minutes. I would probably say 1 to 2, not even that. 1 to 2 minutes this took. Look at that, beautiful. So actually we're gonna shut the Ninja Foodi off, and we're gonna take this out and we're gonna put it in a mixing bowl. So we're going to take that bowl, there's the Tangzong. You're going to take a spatula, and you're just going to put this into your mixing bowl, your KitchenAid mixing bowl. Or if you're mixing by hand, just put it in a stainless steel bowl. And we're going to let this cool. Okay, so this is cooled, that mixture right there. So you're going to add the rest of your ingredients. So this is a 1/4 stick of melted butter, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. This is 2½ cups of King Arthur bread flour. This is 2 tablespoons of non-fat dry milk, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, which I'm going to put over there. You're also going to need 1 tablespoon of instant yeast. And since the salt is over there, I'm going to just go ahead and put the yeast over here. So you put it on the KitchenAid, the whole bowl. You're also going to need 1/2 cup of whole milk. We're just going to drop that right in there. You're going to put your dough hook on, and we're going to mix this. We're just going to stir it just a bit, get it going. There we go. And I'll be back to when it's starting to pull away from the side. Okay, so you're probably not going to be able to hear me, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. To this pulled away from the sides nicely. It's a little sticky, but don't be alarmed. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to knead this anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes. I'm probably going to do 6 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And by the way, on the KitchenAid, I have it at speed between 2 and 4. So this is really, really sticky. I touched it, see how it's sticking to my hands? I am going to go ahead and add just a little bit of flour. This is 1 tablespoon measurement, and I'm just going to mix this up and see where we're at. Alright, so the dough is done kneading. We're going to take it out of the KitchenAid, take off the dough hook. I'm just going to take the bowl right off. Yeah, this is super, super sticky. It's a bit sticky, but we can incorporate a bit more flour. We're going to take this out. I am going to take my hand and dip it in some flour. And we're just going to take this right out of here. Actually, this isn't bad. Alright, put it right there on the counter. Alright, I just want to put flour on both my hands. You can put some flour on the counter. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is a lovely, lovely dough. So we're just going to form this into a ball. So I kneaded this dough about 6 or 7 minutes on speed. Looked like it was between 2 and 4, but it might have been, it's most likely 4. Oh yeah, it's nice. And I'm going to take you over and show you how we're going to proof this in the 8 quart. So to proof this dough, I'm going to take a piece of 9-inch parchment paper. I do have a silicone mat, but I forgot it in New York, so you can just use what you have on hand. Just gonna put that in the bottom. It's just gonna protect the bottom from the stainless steel bowl that I'm using. To this, I'm just gonna go ahead and add like a half a cup to a cup of water. So what you see in front of you is a stainless steel bowl. Make sure it fits inside your 8-quart Ninja Foodi. So we're just gonna add a little bit of oil. Just a bit. You just wanna coat the pan. That's good. I just like to take a paper towel and you're just gonna go all around the side. Just make sure it's all coated. You're gonna take this dough and you're gonna take it right down, give it a spin, and then flip it back over. You wanna make sure the sides are coated with oil. Beautiful. All right, now we're gonna take a piece of saran wrap and put it right over that. Just put it right over the top. All right, now we're gonna go back over to the Ninja Foodi. What you're gonna do is you're actually gonna turn your Ninja Foodi on. You're gonna turn it to dehydrate. Oops. I'm gonna shut the lid. And we're gonna lower the temp down 105 and we're gonna hit start. We're gonna turn it, bring it down to, whoops. Oh, too low. 5 minutes. We're gonna preheat this for 5 minutes. The optimal temperature of yeast is like anywhere between, some people say 95 to 105. Some people say 95 exactly. So this is gonna be a ballpark because yeast doesn't die until it hits 140. But try to keep it where the yeast are happy. We want them happy in there. We want them doing their job, creating that CO2 to create that rise in that bread. So after this preheats for 5 minutes, I'm going to put the stainless steel bowl into the Foodi and we're going to shut it off. This is a blooper for this video, but it's fine. I actually set it for 5 hours. So you're gonna go ahead and open the lid. And you're gonna take that lovely bowl. Try not to hit the sides with it. Just gonna put it right there and you're gonna close the lid. Just go ahead and shut the machine off. I'm gonna check this in 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so it's been about 45 to 60 minutes. This is gorgeous. Here's a little finger test for you. Slowly coming back. So we're just gonna lift this bowl right out of here. There we go. Remember, it's sitting in water, so it's gonna be a little wet. So let's go right on over to the counter. So we're gonna take this beautiful dough. Once again, be gentle. You don't wanna punch it down too much. Just put it right out on the counter. We don't need any flour at this point. This is beautiful. Just step back to make sure you can see it. All right. So usually with the Japanese bread, they divide this into 3 equal pieces, or actually more than that, I do believe. Shout out to Erica from the Facebook group Pressure Crisp. She's the one that did this. She put it into 3 pieces. I have seen videos / recipes before that call for it to be broken into 6 pieces. And we're just gonna shape this into a loaf that's gonna fit into the Pullman. So the Pullman is actually perfect for the 6.5 as well as the 8. So we're just gonna use the Pullman as the guide. Pick this dough up. Once again, be gentle. I always use my pan as a reference or a guide because it's not like I make bread every day. So, this is, I mean, you guys, whew, this dough is wonderful to work with. So you just try to get it as even, because this is going to be rolled. There you go. Once again, be gentle. You don't want to beat this dough up. Once again, that's our guide. And you're just going to go back and just like this. Gorgeous, gorgeous bread. Let's pick this up. It's getting too long, I can tell. There we go. Then you just want to pinch this. You want to make sure it's pinched together so it does not come apart during the next rise or during the baking process with that oven spring. So we're just going to shorten this up a bit because I can tell it's too big. It's not perfectly smooth, but it's really, really lovely. Now they do say you can grease your pan. When I usually make bread, I never grease my pan. I might just grease the edges because we're going to do an egg wash on this right before we bake it, and it might stick to the sides. So that's all you're going to do. Just going to make sure it's pinched together. There we go. Not the best bread shaper, but you know something? I get the job done. Oh, beautiful. So what we're going to do is pick this up, and we're just going to put it right in the loaf pan. There we go. All right. It looks really good. It's a little bit smushed in here, but that's fine. And there we are right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back into the Ninja Foodi. I'm going to empty that bowl out with the water, but I am going to leave the parchment paper in there because I don't want the metal pan scratching the bowl. Now at this point, you can actually preheat this again if you want to speed up the proofing process. I'm just going to put this right back in there. Might take this out for a second. So you can once again turn your Ninja Foodi on, select the hydrate, go down to 105 and just hit start. And like I said the first time, I thought it was for 5 minutes. It's actually 5 hours. I'm going to be back in 5 minutes and we're just going to pop it right back in here. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. We're actually just going to take that wet piece of parchment paper. We're just going to put it in the bottom. Pick that loaf pan up and we're just going to put it right in here. So I actually could put a trivet in here for the proofing process, but I'm not going to. I do have that yellow thick trivet, but I think it'd be too close to the heating element like it would be in the 6.5. I do have a thin sill pat, but I forgot that in New York. So we're just gonna have to go with this. And we're just gonna shut the Ninja Foodi off because we don't want the fan to dry this loaf out. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes. We're gonna check on the dough. Look at that, beautiful. So I'm just gonna lift this out. And we're gonna take this piece of parchment paper out. We're gonna lower the lid. We're gonna go ahead and turn the Ninja Foodi on. We're gonna select bake roast. We're gonna bring the temperature down to 325. We're gonna hit start. We are preheating for 5 minutes. Okay, so while that's warming up, I mixed up 1 egg, whisked up a plain egg. That's going to be our wash for the top of the bread. I am going to take a little bit of spray because if I brush this with the egg wash, it might get caught down there and I won't be able to remove the loaf from the pan. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a squirt. Whoops. Ah! There. Now that should prevent the loaf from sticking. It's got this everywhere, including all over me. Just a few more minutes and we'll egg wash it. Alright, so we're just going to do a quick egg wash on this bread. Just be gentle with this. You don't want to push any of that lovely There we go. Nice quick egg wash. Now we're just going to go over and put it in the Foodi. Alright, so we're going to raise the lid. I'm going to go ahead and put that piece of parchment paper back in here, or if you have a silicone mat, pick this up, put it right in there. Just be careful because it is a tight fit. Immediately close the lid. Sorry. Had to work quickly because you don't want to lose that heat from inside the Ninja Foodi. Now I am going to set the timer. We'll go down and do that. Alright, we're going to set the timer for 35 minutes. There's 30. It works like a regular oven because it has hot spots and low spots. We're just going to take the bowl itself and turn the bowl in about 15 minutes. Okay, so we have 1:30 left. I'm going to pop the top and take a look. Looking good. I am going to lift this out of here. Just want to do a quick, ow, careful, it's hot. I just found out the hard way. All right. So what I like to do, you can just pop this out real quick. Once again, just be careful, because it is hot. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Once again, best friend in the kitchen. You want your instant read thermometer. Go ahead and stick this. All right, we're done. This is officially done. So it took 30... I don't know, like 33 minutes. And we're just going to pick this lovely loaf up and put it over here to cool down. So we'll do a taste test later on. Okay, now for that taste test. Here's what the bread looks like. Beautiful, gorgeous. It smells great. Let's do a taste test. Delicious. So please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.